Hello, all my Pisces out there. I'm here to do your June 2018 reading. I have a Celtic cross spread here. So let me go ahead and get started. So, in your present position, you have the Tower, and the Tower represents change. So maybe in the month of June, you guys are experiencing some kind of change, and this could definitely be in regards to a relationship, but it could really be anything. It could be a divorce, it could be a job loss, it could be health problems, it could be really anything. But I feel like here is definitely about maybe a partnership or maybe someone you're dealing with. There's like the Tower. So if something was built on a not stable foundation, a good foundation for a relationship would be like trust. And so if you guys have been maybe talking to someone or dealing with someone and maybe the foundation wasn't good to start with, the Tower is gonna come crashing down. And you can't control this because it wasn't built on solid ground. And that's your present position. And you have to know that with this, you grow stronger after this Tower moment. I mean, the tower moment is kind of a difficult one to deal with sometimes. It can feel kind of like, oh my God, it could be painful, but at the same time, you're stronger afterwards. It's very necessary for your spiritual growth and your enlightenment. So definitely always try to look at the positive side of things. Even when things are negative, there's always a positive way, a different perspective of looking at things. And and then your second card, you have the immediate challenge and you have the strength. And so I feel like since this is a challenge, maybe you guys are having a hard time having courage and being strong in this situation because the Tower is kind of hard to deal with. So maybe you're having a hard time even like controlling yourself. So try to kind of tame yourself and don't say things that you may later regret. So that's a challenge to keep strong, but you can do it. The mind is powerful. So whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. So if yeah, the mind is so powerful. It's like you could be like, I'm going to be strong and I can make it through this, and you will make it through it because you can. Now, your third card is the distant past, and you have the Six of Wands. So, in the distant past, maybe you guys have had some kind of victory, maybe public recognition. I mean, this could be in any area of your life, it could be work, maybe you're making some kind of progress in some way. You're feeling in the past, maybe you felt very confident, maybe you had some kind of victory where you felt victorious. I mean, Six of Wands is like victory. So in the past, you felt this way. And your fourth card is the recent past, and you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And I mean, this could be someone you're dealing with. So it's possible that you could be dealing with another water sign like yourself, maybe a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But if it's not someone you're dealing with, maybe this could be you. So, and if it is someone you're dealing with, maybe they're not being like receptive to you. Maybe, I mean, when I see a card in reverse, it's like your bad side. So it's like maybe they're just like not being all that great, or if it's someone you're dealing with. So it's like your shadow side where it's like maybe they're like kind of closed off. They just like don't really want to deal with it anymore, or deal with the relationship, or just deal with it. But if this is you, the Queen of Cups in reverse sometimes can show codependency, and maybe this could be being codependent in a relationship where you value so much what the other person feels and thinks, that to the point that it could affect how you're feeling. And it could also be, well, codependency too, maybe over drinking or drinking a lot or using drugs, or also this could be in the past, bottling up your emotions or letting your emotions take over, being overwhelmed by your emotions, maybe a little moody, maybe a little over emotional. And this could also be maybe giving too much of yourself and not getting anything in return. Or in a relationship, maybe having too many expectations on your partner. And if you guys are drinking, you guys could definitely be drinking or using drugs when you're upset. So this could definitely in the past be either you or someone that you're dealing with. Now your fifth card is the best outcome. You have the Two of Swords. And this is the best outcome. So Two of Swords shows indecision or having to make choices, and it's like a stalemate. You're kind of avoiding making a decision. You're not sure what to do. Maybe you don't have enough information to make a decision. This is the best outcome. So maybe in a relationship sense, maybe you might have to do something like like a pro and cons list, where you're trying to see, if you really want to deal with this person, weigh out the pro and cons. So that's the best outcome, where you guys are feeling a little indecisive. And I feel like definitely this is in regards to someone that you're dealing with. Now your sixth card here, in your immediate future, you have the Page of Swords. And that's your immediate future. So it's possible in the immediate future you may be dealing with a younger air sign, a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But a Page of Swords, sometimes they're a little immature. I mean, if this is not someone that you're dealing with, maybe you may be carrying off this energy in the future where, but it's not always like immature. Sometimes like this is someone who's also like a kid at heart. So it's like an adult who's a kid at heart. And sometimes they just don't always, they just, kind of like when you're young, you just kind of just do things. You don't always totally think it through. So the Page of Wands is energetic and talkative and curious and restless. So if this is not someone that you're dealing with in the future, this could definitely be you. Or you're carrying that energy. Now your seventh card is factors affecting the situation, and you have the Death card. And the Death card would show endings and new beginnings. It shows like a change, a transformation, a transition. So factors affecting your situation, I feel like you guys may have to purge and let go of what no longer serves you. And yeah, this is a factor affecting your situation. So I feel like a lot of people are going through this at this time right now, where they're just kind of releasing the old and maybe even like releasing old ways of thinking to let new come in. So I mean, it's all a matter of perspective. So I mean, you can look at it in a bad way, but sometimes you have to let go of things that are not good for you so you can go towards positive things, or go towards things that are good for you. That's now your eighth card. You have the external influence here. You have the Four of Swords. And Four of Swords is kind of like, I see it as like a meditative state where you guys may be relaxing, resting, maybe spending time with yourself. But this is kind of like, yeah, spending time with yourself. Like sometimes you need that time by yourself, that time of solitude to figure out your life, or to figure out what you want to do, to figure out especially in like if you're dealing with someone, to kind of just figure things out whether you wanna continue dealing with them or not, right? And this Four of Swords, since it's an external influence, this could also be that the person that you were talking to, maybe you guys are not talking right now. This is like maybe like no talking, or this could be both of you guys doing this to each other, where it's kind of like the silent treatment where you guys are not talking to each other. Or this could be that the person that you're interested in or you've been dealing with is not talking to you. So it could go either way. And your ninth card here, you have the Fool in reverse. And the ninth card is your hopes and your fear. So this could be hopes and your fear. Maybe you guys may be unsure where you stand with a love or a potential love partner. And also, as a hope or a fear, maybe you guys are having a hard time taking a leap of faith. If you guys are talking to someone, maybe you guys are having a hard time deciding whether you want to take this leap of faith with someone, or you're just having a hard time kind of, it's like getting out of your comfort zone, like taking this leap of faith. So maybe there's something that's kind of holding you back, and sometimes maybe you fear taking this leap of faith. Maybe in the past you've been hurt before, or there's things in the past that are kind of holding you back, so you don't want to be that fool where you're taking this leap of faith. So I see that as a hopes, or that's a hope or a fear. So now your 10th card is the final outcome. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is the final outcome. And I feel like if you were dealing with someone, maybe you're not trying to move on. Okay, this is kind of like maybe being kind of like stuck in the past where you're not trying to move on. You have, behind you have waters that are choppy, and forward you have calm water. And maybe there's something kind of holding you back where you're not trying to move on. And also, you could also be kind of carrying baggage from a past relationship. So if in the future you wanted to get into a new relationship, maybe you have not fully moved on from the past or a past relationship, and you're carrying a lot of baggage with you. And it's really hard to make something work or have something new with someone when you're still carrying on to old baggage or old hurts. So it's really important to try to let that go, so the next person that you're involved with, at least they get a fresh start with you, right? And I mean, not everybody's the same. So it's like, it's very important to release that baggage and move on. But maybe there's something that's holding you guys back. You guys are not wanting to move on. So that's the final outcome, is not wanting to move on. Now, the card at the bottom of the deck was the Seven of Swords in reverse. And this can show mental challenge, but this could also show that you need to break free from old ways of thinking in order to overcome any blockages. But this is also old ways of thinking and also breaking free from old behaviors. So, I mean, sometimes we end up doing things over and over and we expect different results, but we don't get different results. We get the same results. So sometimes you have to do things differently to get different results. And the Seven of Swords upright shows like sneaky behavior, like lying, deceit, someone trying to get away with something. Sometimes people say it's like cheating. So this is in reverse. So maybe in the past you guys have come out of some kind of that kind of, maybe someone you were dealing with was a liar, cheater, or they were just kind of sneaky, and maybe this is in reverse. So maybe you're coming out of that, or this could be you, that you could have been like this, but since it is in reverse, maybe you and your partner want to get out of that situation. So this is your June 2018 reading. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe.